chilling. Jubilee. Can Satanists and major religions see eye to eye? Let's find out.
Hey, are you going a little stir crazy during quarantine? That's okay. We've got some announcements and ways that you can stay connected.
We're casting for an upcoming series called The Leap. We want to challenge you to reconnect and reach out to someone. It could be a family member that you had a falling
Well,
out
this
with,
screen
or
bright
even a
as
friend
hell,
that you need to
goddamn.
ask for forgiveness. If you're interested, please sign up in the link below.
And just a reminder, we have prom coming up April 17th. Don't forget to RSVP in the link down below and follow us on Instagram for additional information.
The invitation that God gives to the people that He made is so generous and came at such a high price to Him.
High price He gave up a weekend.
He on that? He on that? Low key though? He got a point though. Low key, he got a point. But I ain't even gonna get into all that.
I am a Presbyterian pastor.
Man said he gave up
I'm
a
Muslim.
weekend. Low key, he's spitting kinda though.
I'm a Satanist.
To be honest,
This
when I
got
heard of
issues,
Satanist,
man.
my
What the
first
fuck?
reaction was something that does not align with my core beliefs.
I think of like a lot of darkness and evil and lostness.
When I think of
Darkness,
Abrahamic
evil,
faith,
and lostness.
I think of
Lostness.
slaughterings and burnings and mutilations, all in the name of God.
To myself, I don't actually have a image
Hey, I
of
fuck with
Muslim
him.
thing that
I ain't
think
gonna
of when
lie, I
think
fuck
of
with him. Run that
Satan.
back. Run that
Another
back.
word for Satanist.
That does not align with my core beliefs.
I think of like a lot of darkness and evil and lostness.
When I think of Abrahamic faith, I think
Just peep the mustache though. Like he ain't about no games. peep the. Know what I'm saying? He got man. I'll fuck with him.
when I think of
Look at how he's sitting. The posture. It's beautiful.
Abrahamic faith, I think of slaughterings and burnings and mutilations, all in the name of God.
To myself, I don't actually have a
I ain't gonna lie.
person or a thing that I think of when I think
People do some wild shit in God's name. Like that's some crazy shit. Like imagine right, you a woman, you just doing regular shit. Then, back in them times, they accuse you of being a witch. And you ain't did nothing wrong. In God's name, they gonna burn you at the stake. Like, bro, what we doing?
Satan.
No fair trial, they just out of there.
What's whispering in your ear in a sense of trying to lead you away from God. Tell me a little bit more about the Temple of Satan. What is that?
One of the things I like about it personally is that they are actively fighting to make sure that every religion has a chance to have a say right now in this country.
I'm approaching this with a spirit of curiosity, love to ask questions and hear more about the perspectives of the people that I'm going to be talking to.
And as for the major religions, I hope to understand why they stayed within their religion if they were born into it, or I hope to understand how they justify their beliefs.
My name's Sean Gendel. I'm a Presbyterian pastor, married to my wife Kelly, and we have 3 children.
Bro,
I'm Omar Isa. I'm 19 years old.
dude right here,
I'm
bro.
Muslim. I was born and raised in a Muslim household.
He funny as
Muslim
hell.
my whole life.
Ain't no way he showed up looking like
My name's
Dracula.
Jason
my
Turgeon.
nigga.
I'm
That's just
33.
ridiculous.
I'm a Satanist. I was raised Christian and have somewhat recently converted.
My name is Ragini.
Word.
I was born and raised in India, and then I moved here for grad school, and currently I'm a director at Jubilee Media, and I'm Hindu.
I'm Lois.
Man,
I'm
I used to
23,
have a doctor that
and
sound
I'm a
exactly
Satanist,
like
and I
that,
was
and it's the most
raised
beautiful
Jewish.
shit.
My name is Richard Leo. I'm older than I like to tell people.
Bro, what the fuck is it?
I'm
What
a
are you on,
Satanist.
bro?
I was raised Christian.
What
I'm
are
a
you on,
Satanist.
bro?
I get my Satanists back there on the left and members of major religions on the right. Hell is a real place.
Who knows, my guy?
I don't actually know, like, when I try to think of what hell looks like to me, I don't think it's how it's been in movies or people just talk about, like, some fiery inferno. I believe in an afterlife where there is a kind of a good place and a bad place, where what you do here kind of determines where you're going to end up.
Yeah. One of the signs that there is something greater than us out there is that we see something beautiful that we want someone to express our thanksgiving to and our worship towards. And in the same way, on the opposite end of the spectrum, when there are terrible deeds or acts that are committed by humans towards one another, that there also needs to be a place of justice. And so I believe that there is a heaven and that there is a hell, and that the gift of grace that God offers.
Many Christian churches, hell is taught as the final destiny of those who have not.
Offers us is so
Duh.
generous that for those who
I ain't gonna lie. Christians will be the first motherfuckers to tell you going to hell. And that shit is wild. Like, bro, wild. Like, how you gonna do that? How do you just... Oh, you going to hell for that? Like, bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm telling you, bro.
That there has to be
And I went to a Catholic school. In my opinion, them niggas is the worst. Them Catholic niggas is... They OD, bro. I ain't gonna say all of them, but the majority at that school, wicked.
Send someone to an eternal lake of fire to be burned forever for the simple fact of non-belief. When that deity knows what it would take to convince every single person on this planet
He's
that
stuck.
is cruel,
He's stuck.
It is every single person on this
He's stuck. He like, bro, I know he ain't talking about my God like that. Look how you looking this man in the face, bro.
For the simple fact of non-belief.
You ain't talking about my God like that, nigga.
What it would take to convince every single person on this planet that is cruel, it is inhumane, it is not kind, it is not generous, and that is not a God worthy of worship.
I fuck with him so heavy. I don't know why. It's his whole demeanor, the way he acted, that shit is just so fire to me. Like, he'd be a cool nigga to just hang around. I don't know why. That nigga just cool.
Person on this planet that is cruel, it is inhumane, it is not kind, it is not generous, and that is not a God worthy of worship.
Like, come on.
What's more, it would be...
Nobody talks like that, but it's fire.
The vast majority of everyone who's ever existed for not believing in him for a set of rules that he created.
To be fair, I feel like this presupposes that to burn in hell means that you don't believe in God. I'm sure that there are religions, and I know that there are people who believe that hell is a place for murderers, you know? And when I was Jewish, we didn't believe in hell. They didn't even talk about the devil. I just kind of came upon it myself. I believe that in the event that we have spirits and they will go on to some other realm, it's probably more of a nebulous place than a physical hell, lake, fire, everything.
I don't even believe we have souls necessarily. I'd like to see some evidence before.
Bro, he tweaking now. He tweaking now. Yeah, they off that pack. You ain't talking about they don't believe they got souls. Y'all niggas are soulless.
The
nigga, that's crazy.
God gives to the people that he made is so generous and came at such a high price to him.
A high price. He gave up a weekend.
He
gave up a weekend.
Right.
He was God before.
Hey, he wicked though. I ain't gonna lie. He wicked though. He talking about he gave up a weekend. Damn. Like, I'm not Christian. I don't really go with no religion. It's true. I believe it's truth in all of them. So I really don't confine myself to just one set of beliefs, my nigga. It is what it is. But that Christian shit, like, That nigga low key spitting on.
So
Generous and came at such a high price to
a
him.
high price he gave up
that,
a weekend.
Right,
But,
like
he
he
gave
took
up
a high price. It wasn't like, was it really that high though? Like, yeah, that nigga died, and that shit was like, it was a brutal death. But that nigga came back 3 days later on some, yeah, I'm God type shit. Like, was it really that high, bruh? At the end of the day, nigga came back alive, and he was God's son. He really didn't die. I mean, he died, but technically he did die because he came back.
Weekend.
Right.
He was God before.
Yeah, yeah.
He was God during, and he's God now. He gave up a weekend. If I knew right now
He's spitting.
that
I ain't gonna lie. He's
go
spitting.
off and die, and then not die, where's the gift in that? Number one.
I'm able to look at the grace that has been extended to me,
Grace.
and yeah, and I receive it.
I want to make sure I can get a
Yes.
full set shot.
Okay, so the way that I would commonly think of it is that if I gave up the life of my own son in exchange for your life, that it is okay then for me to make the invitation that God makes towards us.
Is that moral?
Is it moral?
Is it moral? On a corporeal level,
Jesus took on the penalty that I deserved for the sins that I committed, if we're looking at the traditional Christian faith. And so I receive his gift of grace and as a payment for the things that I had done. So your question, is it moral or is it just? Is it fair? I'm able as a Christian to say, no, it's not fair because I deserve the punishment that he took on himself. Faith to me
Niggas
is
trying to get me to get on 2K, bruh. Can't even do it right now. I'm chilling.
And learn to love Jesus and love the church and serve the church from the family that I grew up in. And so my wife and I have embraced that same life of faith, and we have taught the Christian faith to our children to understand themselves and their world because of him and his teaching.
I believe there is a higher purpose in life.
For sure.
I mean,
There's definitely a higher purpose.
Yeah, I think I strongly believe there's a higher
Whether it's
purpose
a
in life.
Christian
I don't
God
think
or
I found it yet, and I hope
it's some type of
I would like to
fucking
believe that I will one day in the journey
higher
of my life.
I
nigga
completely agree.
and all this.
I don't know what my purpose is, and I don't think there's like a higher purpose that fits for everybody. But to me, the idea that there's some bigger purpose has always been very comforting to me. Otherwise, kind of what's the point of all of this?
No, I fully agree. I think that I believe it's a question that we all ask, and it's one of the gifts of faith, in my opinion. So that,
But it's no way that
epidemic,
like it's no way that people don't think that it's a higher purpose. I'm like, what the fuck are we here for? If that's the case, what, niggas just came here to get they willy wet and pay some bills for 60 years, or possibly get murdered before that? Like, what? Die from cancer or some shit. Die in a car wreck at 16. Like, is no way niggas just come here and be like, nah, we just here just to pay some bills and die. Like, bro, it gotta be a reason for why we came here, cause it's just no way. Like, what did we, like, think about it. So we came here to pay bills and learn some shit that don't matter. You came here, you was born, you learn a whole bunch of pointless shit in school, for the most part. Then you use that pointless shit in school, never, unless you doctor, lawyer, or some type of that position, or a scientist or something, and then you just work until you 60 years old from the time you, 24, like 26, 20, 28, depending on when you get out of school. Like, bro, what? That's pointless as hell.
in war,
Pandemic.
pandemic. You're right. That's a better
Worldwide.
pandemic. That we're able
She
to
corrected that nigga.
understand.
Whatever.
Even in those in war,
Pandemic.
What if you just like,
You're right.
bitch, shut the
It's a
fuck
better
up? You know what I was
profile.
talking about, like that. Hey,
That
I'm
we're
here
able to
for it, bro. You gotta get
understand,
it.
even in
Hey.
those situations of difficulty and conflict and anxiety and fear, that there is a higher purpose in life, and that there's more than what we see.
Heard you.
I trouble with the phraseology higher purpose because, again, that denotes, do I believe God? No, but I do believe higher purpose as in love, to give, to be generous, to be kind, to help, to heal, to be there to understand.
The phrase higher purpose it's a loaded phrase.
I fuck with him.
struggle with higher purpose because it's like God
It can have
said,
multiple meanings though.
I choose you, and you are going to do this thing, and you're going to continue doing this thing for the rest of your life. And I really struggle with that.
Can I just ask, and I mean this with all with, because I received your statement with that.
You literally cannot offend me. What's up?
But
What's up, bro?
very,
Come on.
just
Nah,
curiosity.
if he just start grilling her ass, like her outfit, the way she look, her makeup poor, like that shit'd be crazy. She talking like that, and then he really just like got to hitting her shit. That'd be crazy as hell.
What if everyone was committed to this idea that like in the way that you expressed it? So I would say some people that are sort of pro-religion, like I am, would say that in order for us to bind together as a culture and learn to kind of work together and help cause one another to flourish, we have to agree on some kind of higher purpose or a common set of principles.
I disagree. I don't really see a need for having a prescriptive purpose. I'm struggling to even see what you see as the value in saying that you have a higher purpose.
Maybe it's more of a fear or a concern, right? That if everyone got up every day and said that life is all about me, and that's what, and I'm not suggesting at all that that's what you're saying about.
I mean, it kind of is. Like,
It is my belief. I don't mean to interrupt either of you. It is my belief that one should take care of oneself.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
nobody else will.
Exactly.
People who do take care of themselves, they understand that it is balance, and they're not going to go out and cause anarchy and mayhem in the streets.
It can even be like a selfish act to be helping the community around you, and it's still a good thing. It's still important. It doesn't take a higher purpose to make that kind of thing happen. I was going to school with the intention to become an ordained minister in the Pentecostal church. One of the things there is you read the Bible a lot every day, all day, and after doing that for like several hours a day and reading the Bible through back to back several times and discussing it, I wasn't sold at all.
Man, what? That's exactly how it was at my fucking high school, bro. Like they got you in religion class, learning a whole bunch of bullshit, learning about fucking Jesus' life, 40 days in the desert, fucking perfect human. And it's like, bro, you dragging it. Like what, you dragging it. Like, for real. That shit just never made sense to me.
A skeptic and a humanist than anything, and Satanism just happens to fit really
like, it's just
nicely
a whole
in
lot of
category
shit that
for me.
don't make sense in that
This is
story.
actually also kind of like my outing video. Like, my family doesn't know I'm a member.
Like, for example, they talk about God is all knowing, right? The Christian God in this example. God is all knowing. If that nigga knew the devil was gonna be a fuck up, why he make that nigga? Like, really though? Like, for real.
Of TST. They don't know I'm a Satanist.
I believe in good and evil.
Bro, what they on, bro?
I haven't, as part of my own belief system for sure, a conviction that all of our hearts can at sometimes lead us to do acts of evil, and so I see it in the world around me on both sides.
Yeah, I think the phrasing is something that's it's a little bit catchy.
It's a dichotomy.
Yeah,
it just
I mean, I believe in right and wrong, and I think some things, for me, a lot of things lie in the gray area, but there are some things that I consider right and wrong, but I wouldn't say it's the same as good and evil, right?
That was beautifully said. That was.
Thank you.
But yeah, no, I
was
agree
not
with
listening.
that.
Run it back.
I also believe that what is right and
Run
wrong
it
has
back.
changed throughout history.
Good and evil.
just
I mean, I believe in right and wrong, And I think some things, for me, a lot of things lie in the gray area, but there are some things that I consider right and wrong. But I wouldn't say it's the same as good and evil. Right?
Heard
That
you.
was beautifully said. That was.
Thank you. But yeah, no, I agree
Right.
with that. But I also believe that what is
But
right and
at
wrong
the
has
same
changed
time, I
throughout
think good
history.
and evil
And
correlates with right
it's
and
something
wrong.
where I don't know if everyday actions that I do right now are going to be considered evil later on. Like, is driving a car going to be considered wrong?
I don't believe in an evil entity who
That was a
is,
bad
you know,
example.
pitchfork and horns and looking like me with a goatee. You know, that doesn't actually happen. If you ask anybody throughout history, they're always the hero of their own novel.
Right.
Even yesterday, I went to the grocery store and there was one person who had
That was a
like
good
more than
good analogy.
10 packs of toilet paper. And I do understand that
Toilet paper is not going to save you.
yeah, that, I do understand that he
Right,
was like,
niggas.
he's being
Niggas,
cautious
the
and
world
watching
ended,
himself
niggas
and
went
his
and bought
family.
tissue
I
to
just
wipe
think the
their
act of
ass.
doing
Like,
that
bro,
is wrong
come
because
on,
there were
man.
so many people who couldn't buy toilet paper,
But to
right?
him, that
Human
was right.
race so
Because
fucking
he was
retarded.
looking out for his family, probably.
Yeah, so like I said, like I'm saying that I think the act is wrong, but I wouldn't say that he's evil. Like, unless he has IBS or something, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why he got so many? Some of the core beliefs of Hinduism is to believe in dharma, making sure that you have enough for yourself. And
Darhu? I could have swore she said karma. Dharma encompasses ideas and behavior considered appropriate correctly. Nigga can't read correct or morally upright.
also enough for other people. But Satan in Hinduism is like an
I read that,
assistant
but
to
I
God,
didn't comprehend
someone
it at
who
all.
causes
I'm gonna be honest. I
destruction,
don't.
but that is more
Niggas
evil
just not
for
thinking.
the
You know what I
benefit
mean?
of human beings by and large.
Ooh.
I believe Satan is evil.
I ain't even gonna speak on that. It's not my place. I ain't gonna speak on it.
Wait, why did you stop?
I don't know, I was trying to play it out in my head, but then I realized I don't agree with that. And
Okay.
stuff, yeah.
Well, the fact that there is a Satan who is real, and the fact that he is
How you know?
evil is, I mean, it's an
How you know
important,
Satan real,
pretty central
sir?
belief that we hold in the Christian faith, and that there is a good and loving God and a Satan who is evil.
Man, look, bruh. I'm gonna put it to you this way. If Satan is evil and God is good, God created Satan. So that evil in Satan came from God. So that nigga God is both good and evil. And if you think about it, that's a yin and yang. That's some real shit right there. And that's just what it is.
So, so let's go back to Genesis, okay? God wanted to keep humans from eating the fruit of knowledge, correct? And Satan or the serpent wanted to give
Slithered in
humans
that
knowledge.
motherfucker
I
like,
believe
hey.
That's a good action.
That is a good one.
Slithered in that motherfucker
That's a good
like,
action. That's
like, hey, yo, Eve. Hey, yo, Eve, come eat on this apple real quick. Come eat on this apple real quick. Look, this the best one out of everything. Look, I promise you, this gonna be the best thing you ever taste in your life. It's real juicy. It got nice seeds, and you could share with Adam. And Eve could not deny that offer. She couldn't leave it on the table. So she went and fucked up the whole race, apparently.
The first person to advocate for equal rights.
Yes. We only heard God's perspective, and from my perspective, I mean, just looking into the Bible, it's like we didn't hear Satan's perspective.
We
Maybe
sure
he
didn't. I
"Listen,
said the
God is a
same
tyrannical
thing.
God, and I'm going to rebel from him, and I'm going to
I
become
said the
fallen
same
angel to help
thing.
mankind."
My interpretation and understanding of
Bro, I said the same thing when I was in high school. I'm like, bro, we only ever got to hear God's side of the story. We didn't get to hear why the devil did what he did. Why he wanted to be a fuck up. We only got to hear one side. We ain't get to hear the other side. That nigga did not have a fair trial.
that story
Word.
is that God created an environment where he and it was an environment of love and peace, and where his children that he created and who he loved, who he created in his image would.
They were naked and they didn't have understanding.
Yeah, and that they would. This was an environment for them to.
Wait, we gotta hear his whole point.
To flourish, and so he puts them in this environment, and he desires for them to flourish and to live in unashamed relationship with him and his perfection and his glory.
Naked and stupid.
I see God making simple
Right.
things because he's bored, if it's real then, and then saying, don't do this because I don't want you on my level, and if you do, I have to make sure you can't live forever so you
No
really
cap.
don't get on my level.
Would you
Spitting.
think that if you heard that one of your friends was having a baby and you'd say, oh, you're just making a plaything for your.
That's
Depending on
different.
their
That's different.
intention of having the baby,
but
There are
possibly,
some
yeah.
parents who
There
use
are,
their kids as
Yeah.
their plaything.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's how I see.
Whoa. We ain't come here for that type of content, young lady. I don't know what the fuck she talking about. She on some dead friend shit. Nah, though. I forgot what I was finna say, bro. What do you say? Oh, dumb and stupid. Right, bro. Like, the way I see it is, well, one way to see it is, that's not really how I see it, because I really don't believe in the Christian shit. But one way to look at it is, that nigga God just had, he was fucking off. He was making some Deirdres and some lion tigers and shit, and he was like, man, let me make something I ain't never made before, right? So he got in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? He got in the kitchen, and then he whipped up this weird nigga. This is you know what I'm saying? These two weird motherfuckers with long legs and that stand upright, you know what I'm saying? Phalanges and all type of shit, you know what I'm saying? They could speak, you feel me? But he made them to where they ain't had no knowledge, you feel me? Like, they ain't really had no brain on their head. But they had a brain, but they ain't know how to use it, right? And then the devil was like, hey, yo, God, bro, like, you fucked up for that. Like, why you doing that to them? Why can't they just know a little bit, you feel me? So devil was like, you know what? I'm tired of these dumbass niggas walking around here aimlessly. You know what I'm saying? Like some Titans off of Attack on Titan type shit, you know what I'm saying? And then he was just like, you know what? Hey, yo, Eve. Come suck on this apple real quick. It's gonna be, look, I promise you won't ever go back. And that's just how it was. And then she was like, damn. Hey, yo, Adam, come eat on this. Feel me? And then it just went from there.
The same generative love that out of which God created us.
I think for me, from as much knowledge as I have about Satan. I think
Random
Satan is
thought.
a
Yo, I
symbol
got
of
like
Satan
4
and Satan,
cheers.
right? So that is not evil. Of course, like
God acting crazy for that though. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
in the name of Satan, and that's
I've been asking
I
for
would,
so
like,
long. He just don't
bump
fuck with
because
me.
I don't think that
Some
on
crazy
its
shit
own,
right there,
Satan is evil. I think he's used to represent evil. Whether he does or not, that's what he's used for. His character is very much used to say, like, you do something wrong, like, oh, that's an act of, like, the devil, kind of.
Right.
Satan
They kill
represents
somebody,
to
be
me
like,
taking
the devil.
responsibility for your
Well,
own
nigga, no,
actions.
that's you. Stop
It
fucking
says
off.
to thirst for knowledge, for understanding, to understand that man is an animal, sometimes worse than those around.
He is
An animal.
oddly interesting.
Religion has caused more harm than good.
Hell yeah. To be honest, that's the truth.
Religion has caused a lot of harm. Is it the ultimate source
More
of
harm
evil?
than truth,
No.
though. I don't necessarily know, but
Ultimately,
it's
people make
caused
their own
definitely a
decisions,
lot of harm.
But we talk about crusades and witch trials and the God hates fags
What?
and the snake
Boy,
handlers
oh boy.
and the
Them
hypocrisy.
damn witch trials is
The
crazy.
subjection of science, the arts.
I mean, I don't know that there's been a major war that hasn't been at least fueled by religion, if not directly started by it. Some of them were just political things, but they were always had a religious backing at some point that like flared the fire up and made it so much worse than it would have been.
and they vote.
I think religion dictates moral values for a lot of people, and the way people interpret religion has caused harm. But religion itself would never, can never cause any harm. It is meant for the good of society and for the good of people.
I disagree with that, Michael.
Oh, but let her finish.
Go on.
Yeah, and like I said, yeah, the way, because I don't think any God would say that, okay, this child is going to burn in hell. It's probably the way people interpret it, or the way people tell others, the way they.
I mean, I guess it's not necessarily religion that
there is harm in religion done
do
in
the
the name
shit.
of religion,
I guess it's
but
the people
hard
that
to quantify
that
on a
choose to follow it that be
cost-benefit
doing the weird shit.
analysis kind of way, which is worse, you know, having religion or not having religion. Religion is a form of power. It is a tool, and it reveals.
What I don't get is like the niggas that be trying to convert people. Like, bro, just let niggas be, bro. Like, what the Jehovah's Witness niggas be knocking at the door trying to recruit niggas. Like, bro, leave me the fuck alone. Take that shit somewhere else, bro.
Worse in humanity, and it reveals the best of humanity. And you can do a lot in the name of religion, but you can also do a lot of good in the name of religion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the power word is very important to me. I have a lot of sensitivity about that, and where Christians have used either the Bible or their own conviction to express authority over other people in a way that doesn't lead to their flourishing. I think we're in agreement on that. As a member of the Christian church, I would say that there have been great contributions of people of faith to the cause of human flourishing and through medicine and healthcare and the arts and education and all those kinds of things. So
I wouldn't go about for the arts and medicine, but for the arts, yeah, not for the medicine, for the arts, yes.
Christian art is amazing.
Beautiful artwork.
No cap.
Artwork.
Those artists were not Christian. They were just hired.
I don't care if they were hired by the church. I love it. I love Saint Sebastian portraits. I love all of
Some of the choral music is beautiful.
All of
the
it.
tradition is sometimes beautiful. There's beautiful things in it, and it can help calm someone if that is what they need. I do believe that people do need rituals. I myself have rituals.
So I mean, I think religion has given a lot of people.
He be doing some weird shit. He be doing some weird shit.
Believing in God, like, well, that's just not true. Why would we do that? I guess to me, believing in God, I don't think, and I've never ever impose my religion on anyone around me. I use it as something, it's like a personal relationship between me and God, and it's helped me, again, lots of times in those times of like in those dark moments, I guess, or in those happy moments, just thanking God for blessing my life, or in those dark moments, like feeling a little less alone is what it's helped. And I think people I've talked to have like felt similar things in that respect. I've always been proud of my religion. It's never something I've tried to hide. I think it's like if someone would have a conversation with me, not in an overbearing way, but it would be something that would come out very quickly in the conversation for some reason or another.
I consider myself a good person.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
I'm a great person.
I really think good
That
and
wasn't
bad
funny.
is objective because
I don't understand why that was funny.
Does everyone love me? No. There are people who absolutely wish me dead.
I fuck
and
with
that's
you, bro.
okay.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Maybe I deserve it from them. I don't know. But on the other hand, you know, I help little old ladies across the street, and I give to the poor, and I give time and energy, and so is that good? Maybe it outweighs the bad.
It's that constantly striving to be better in whatever means that is, but in a moving forward sense, not just staying stagnant in, I'm this and I'm going to stay this way all the time.
It's an active pursuit. Like you have to do it every single day.
Completely.
No, I do believe that being good is in these minute, like little actions, these micro actions that you do every single day.
I'm intrigued. Do you guys base it more on your intentions or more on your actions?
I think it's both, but intention is really important.
It is. Because sometimes you do something thinking that it's going to be a good thing, but it turns out to be disastrous. But as long as you had a good intention in it, I feel like it's
like
not,
to a certain extent.
Yeah. To a certain extent.
How many people do good things because they think that's what people expect good things to be?
Yeah, and for me, I would just hope that my faith would be borne out in acts of kindness and mercy and compassion and charity. And I know that doesn't necessarily come from me, but I believe that I'm a good person because of who God has made me to be.
I think you're a good person because you're a good person. I also think you're
right, bro. Stop, bro.
I think you're a genuinely good person, and I think you're better than the Bible.
bro, I don't like when people do shit and then they give like the credit to God. Like in my opinion, whether it be Christian, Hindu, Muslim, like yeah, that God woke you up, but what you do with that day, that's completely on you. Cause you know what I'm saying. Say somebody make it to the league, first thing they do, they always thank God. But it's like, yeah, cause he was waking you up. But at the end of the day, you wouldn't have been there if you didn't get your ass out the bed and go do something about it.
I think there's good in everybody. Maybe sometimes it's deep within. but but I do think that at their core, everybody's a good person.
Lois, why are you a Satanist?
Well, I'm a Satanist because I originally started out as an atheist.
Satanist
but
is
I
a
wanted to find more ways to do advocacy
very
work
raw
within
term.
separation of church and state. And also, I think Satan is pretty cool. Satan is kind of a daddy. So here I am.
What the
today,
fuck,
talking about
nigga?
Satan.
I respect all religions.
Put me at the chair, man.
All?
I don't respect all religions.
All? I respect you if you're a good person and you're doing, if you think your religion is great, but I mean, there's probably a religion out there that I'm going to say that's not okay.
I mean, I'm saying I respect all religions in the sense of the ones that I know of. I guess there's some obscure thing that I'm not aware of that really.
Man, I'm pretty sure there's some
things
wild religions out there.
Yeah, I think whatever you want to store your faith in, and if it helps you and it helps you to unite with other people, of course, I'm sure we all respect that, and that helps you lead your life.
Though I have committed my life and future to a religion that believes that it is the right and the only way, I also believe I respect people and love people and believe in people's freedom to choose. So.
Even in Islam, in the Quran, we have this one chapter. What it talks about is the respecting of other people's religions. Like, your religion is for you, and my religion is for me, and like my religion is mine, and your religion is yours, and like that's okay in a sense. We're separate from each other, but still preaching that respect for one another.
Right, I don't get why these people of different religions be like battling over it. Like, nigga, essentially y'all all believe in the same thing, which is like the form of a higher power. Like, why is y'all like trying to scrap over which one is real when y'all essentially is all leading back to the same thing?
It's a platitude of all religions to say, I respect your religion, I respect your religion, I respect your religion, but you're all saying, oh, I respect your right to have that religion, but then internally you're saying, Allah is the only God, Jesus is not God.
Word.
Vishnu, Krishna, these are gods, these are deities. Jesus Christ is the only way, he is the answer, he is the only one. I'm right, you're all wrong, but I'm going to be nice about it.
I think that there's a difference between
Let him speak one more time, cause
like it's
that was fact. He was spitting.
I respect your religion, I respect your religion, I respect your religion, but you're all saying, oh, I respect your right to have that religion, but then internally you're saying, Allah is the only God, Jesus is not God. Vishnu, Krishna, these are gods, these are deities. Jesus Christ is the only way, he is the answer, he is the only one. I'm right, you're all wrong, but I'm going to be nice about it.
Bro,
I think that there's a difference between
talking though, like
believing
he
that
really
somebody else's
like that,
religion is wrong
like for
and
real
respecting
though.
it. I feel like you can have respect and still disagree, and that's where I'm kind of coming from. And I disagree with all of you guys on your religious beliefs, but of course, everybody disagrees on their religious beliefs.
I think we all disagree with each other to a certain extent.
But we can all live in harmony, and we can
respect the other person's views.
The core of my religion is love.
Kind of, mostly. I mean,
I don't really follow a specific organized religion, but I do
I
believe
don't
that
know
at my
about them
core,
Christians,
my belief
man.
system is full of love for
I
everybody.
don't know if that's based on love,
First tenet
man.
of the Temple of Satan is to have
Hey,
compassion
cause
and
if
empathy for all living creatures within
hey
a
man,
reasonable understanding of it. So
and to love yourself too, I think.
cause if
For me, Islam's always, again, as far as self-love.
If that Bible say, you know what I mean,
preach self-respect.
you can't rock with the community. You can't rock with the LGBTQ community. Then that really ain't no love, then, is it? Because you don't love all people. You just love the straight ones.
I'm curious, did you learn anything about the other side or about a specific person in this group that you didn't expect?
For me, honestly, it was more of that I didn't know what to expect, only because I mean, I know a bit more about Christianity, I know a bit more about Hinduism, just you don't learn about Satanism in school very much.
Well, to be fair, not to interrupt, we three identify as Satanists, but we three also believe completely.
We're very different.
We're very different.
Absolutely. Of course. And that's, I think that's why for me, I didn't really come in with many expectations. I was just willing and eager to hear what you had to say, hear your point of view. Our reason for doing what we do is a bit different, but I think we all want to be good people and live good, happy lives and preach love in some way or another. I don't mean preach in a religious sense. I just mean like be loving people. I think we all.
You got a rope chain, boy.
Satanism is a newer religion. I mean, the Satanic Temple, obviously, extremely new.
Bro, that is wild.
Church of Satan, as run by Anton LaVey, very new.
Aleister Crowley, still within the last.
Pretty new too. I mean, obviously, there's been occultism throughout the world for ages and ages and ages, but
belief in the existence of secret, mysterious, or supernatural agencies.
We have the benefit of coming in with these progressive ideologies and being able to.
Why didn't she just say cults, bro? Like big ass words and shit.
In light of the coronavirus, we aren't doing handshakes or hugs or anything like that. But in your own way, express affection to each other as a group.
Man said. Talking about in light of the coronavirus, we aren't doing handshakes and hugs, but y'all can sit here in this tight circle, breathing on each other and talk amongst yourselves about religion and if you believe in each other or if you can agree upon something. Like, bro, what are we talking about? Like, that's what I don't get. That's what I don't get.
Oh yes, that one's a good one. That's a very good one. Hail Satan. Hail Satan.
This man said, "Hail Satan."